What happens when an industry faces a downturn? Do firms cut back and retrench, or can they find ways to redirect their resources into new, promising technologies? In my paper, From Wells to Windmills, Resource Redeployment and New Technology Investment in the Energy Sector, I study how oil and gas firms responded to the 2014 oil price crash. While many scaled back their activities, some firms redeployed resources into wind power, actually pushing the technological frontier. For years, oil traded at around $100 per barrel. Then, almost overnight, prices collapsed to half that level. Oil and gas companies suddenly faced idle rigs, unused supply chains, shrinking budgets. This raised the question, could these firms redeploy resources into renewables, especially wind power? Consider offshore Scotland, a hub for both oil and gas production and wind power development. Regions like this offered a natural testing ground for whether a shock to price-cost margins might push firms to redeploy. To answer this, I combined unique data, more than 66,000 observations on oil and gas expenditure and over 140,000 observations on wind power investment across almost 15,000 wind farms worldwide between 2010 and 2019. This allowed me to track where firms cut back and where they expanded after the shock. Two clear patterns emerged. First, following the shock, firms that expanded into wind power reduced spending in oil and gas, especially on offshore projects, the most complex and costly type. Second, these same firms increased their investment in wind power when wind farms were located close to existing offshore oil and gas fields. Importantly, they invested in larger, more powerful wind turbines, advancing the technological frontier. The ability to exploit existing offshore capabilities gave these firms an edge. For example, various companies in the oil and gas industry played a central role in building the world's first floating offshore wind farm in Scotland, a technically demanding accomplishment that drew directly on the offshore expertise. For researchers, the study offers rare evidence of resource redeployment across industries, showing how shocks can shape not just corporate strategy, but also the technologies that get adopted, while also emphasizing the role of adjustment costs. For managers and policymakers, this suggests that while downturns can nudge firms toward renewables, market incentives alone may not be enough to drive the energy transition at scale. If you'd like to learn more about when and how oil and gas companies shifted from wells to windmills, I invite you to read the full paper in the Strategic Management Journal.